The roar of the crowd can only mean one thing, really. Race day has arrived here in Abu Dhabi, and it's time to join our teams who are getting ready down on the grid. The Yas Marina circuit is made up of 3.28 miles of track, featuring 16 corners with 2 very long straights. DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both Turn 5 and Turn 7 offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Antonelli, Max Verstappen and Hamilton, Tsunoda, Leclerc, Albon and Lance Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Lawson, Carlos Sainz and Hadjar, Ocon, Gasly, Jack Doohan and Gabriel Bortoleto, Behrman and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check. Radio.
Now use DRS. DRS now available. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
Good job, guys. Some good points.
Here's the checkered flag. Here's our winner. By George, he's done it. Russell wins.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
It's time to bring out the bubbly and spray it around. It's our podium celebrations. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell.